Okay, so sorry. So hello everybody. So my name is Dan. Okay, and thank you again for the director and for the history teacher who gave me the opportunity to chance to speak here in front of you. I speak in English, of course. Sorry, I don't know Spanish or Catalan, but I will try to make it as much simple, slowly as I can. But if you feel like I'm saying something you do not understand in maybe English, a word, a sentence, a concept, please stop me, and I will be happy to try to explain it once more. And in the end, we will have a time for questions, so don't worry. You can ask me whatever question you want. You can feel free. We will have plenty of time for that. Okay, so let me begin by saying a little things about my country, okay, Israel, which I think is a very special, very unique place, and I will be happy to present it to you. And then, of course, you cannot understand the story of the birth of the country if you do not know the history, and it's a long history. It's a 4,000 years history, but I will try to make it really short. Like in 20 minutes, I will try to squeeze in 4,000 years. And then, obviously, I will try to explain you the conflict that you probably hear a lot on the news and the television. Okay, so let's start with the basic. Where is Israel? Okay, so it's not so far. As you can see on the map, we are on the Mediterranean Sea. Actually, we are on the opposite of Barcelona. So, if Barcelona is on the west coast of the Mediterranean, so Israel is right on the opposite, on the east coast. When you look to the sea, you always look to the east. Okay, when we look to the sea, we always look west. So this is practically it. It's very close on the other side of the Mediterranean Sea. You have to know, first of all, that it's a really small country. Really small. How small it is? Let me try to demonstrate how small it is. So Israel is 22,000 square kilometers. That maybe doesn't say a lot to you. How much is Spain? Spain is almost 500,000, 500,000 square kilometers. That means that Spain is 25 times bigger than Israel. You can put Israel 25 times into Spain. So I think you can realize how small it is, okay? You can see on the map that it's long and quite narrow. From south to north, it's only 700 kilometers. From the coast, from the west to east, it's nothing, 70 kilometers. From here to the Montserrat monastery, just to make you a little proportion how small it is. But still, it's a very nice place. Geographically, we have all kinds of places. We have the deserts here. We have the seashore, of course. Okay, beaches, beautiful beaches. We have here on the north part, the Galilee, which is mountains. Even we have snow, we have ski. So we have all the climates. It's usually warm, but really nice place to be. So now we know where it is. We know how small it is. What else do we need to know? So who lives in Israel? Okay? So Israel, by definition, is the country of the Jewish people. Okay? I will say it a few times more during this lecture because this is how Israel was born. This is the definition, the concept. But are there only Jewish people in Israel? Not really. The majority, the quite vast majority is Jewish people. How much? 80% are Jewish. Who are the rest? Arabs. 20% are Israeli Arabs. That means that they are citizens like the Jewish. They are equal rights, civilians, with every right, with every obligation. They vote, they have parliament members, everything. So 80% from the people are Jewish and 20% are Arabs. Let's talk about the Jewish people. 80%. It's quite a lot. Vast majority. How many people, by the way? 7.5 million people. Not too small anymore. It's the same size as Scandinavian countries, like Sweden, like Norway, like Finland, like Switzerland, like the Netherlands. So you can get the idea pretty much. So I told you 80% are Jewish. But who are these Jewish people and what are their characters? So between the Jewish people, the vast majority are like me. What does it mean like me? 70% are secular, non-religious people. That means we dress the same as you, we look Western, okay, European. We think probably the same. 70% are secular, non-religious. We have the tradition, we have the history, we celebrate the holidays, but we don't, day-to-day life, we don't practice Judaism. The other 30% are divided into 15% Orthodox Jewish, which means they are pretty religious. You can usually identify them by their looks because they have black suits and probably a black hat and a beard. And why is this? Because this was the custom in the places they were in before they came to the land of Israel. So it's only a custom, but they are integrated fully into the Israeli society. The other 15% are not Orthodox, but religious people. Light Orthodox, they will dress like me. The only thing is they will have this kippah on their head, this small thing. Well, it's a sign of believing in God. That's it. Again, the Israeli society is fully integrated. I can be in the same workplace with religious people. I can drive the same bus. Everybody, in a way, is friend with everybody. So this is the Israeli society. What else do you need to know about the country? What do we speak? So our language is Hebrew. And I must say a few words about this interesting language. It's a quite ancient one. It was a dead language for more than 2,000 years. What do you mean dead language? It means nobody spoke it. We only read it because why? Our prayer books, mainly the Bible, is written in Hebrew. But we did not speak Hebrew. The language was dead. And after 2,000 years, we actually make it live again. From the dead, we make it live. We start speaking Hebrew. It's not really common things to do. Think about it. For example, the Latin language. I guess most of you, maybe all of you, don't speak Latin. It's in a way a dead language now these days. Imagine that in 2,000 years from now, a new country will emerge and start speaking Latin. Very strange, huh? They will have to invent a lot of new words. So that's what Israel, the Jewish people did when they came to Israel. They make the Hebrew language live again. How does it sound? Something like that. עכשיו אני פה יושב בפניכם ואנחנו מדברים שיחה שבה אני מרצה בפניכם ואתם יושבים ומקשיבים לי. ואם זה יהיה ממש ממש מעניין, אולי בסוף תוכלו לשמוע דברים ולהקשיב לשאלה. Okay, I guess you don't understand it, right? It's a little funny, it sounds weird, I know. But remember, every language you don't know sounds weird. For me, Catalan sounds weird. Okay, so it's just a matter of knowing the language. And it's not an easy one, I must say. If you want to learn it, you will have to work hard. So, what else do you need to know about Israel before we dive into history? So you need to know it's a democratic country. It's a democratic country, which means like you know from every other European country, we